RAM is a type of memory used in computers and smartphones. What does it do for your device? Come find out with me. When looking through the specifications of a PC, by that whether a desktop, a laptop, any other type of computing device, including smartphones and tablets, you often run into the term RAM, R-A-M, RAM. What is RAM? RAM is an abbreviation for Random Access Memory. It is a type of memory used in computers for storing apps, software, files that are in use. It's a temporary. The difference between RAM and ROM, the built-in memory for storing files, is that RAM is a temporary type of memory. It is in use only when you're using something. Immediately you shut down that laptop or that smartphone, everything saved in RAM is expunged. RAM is emptied. That storage is emptied. Now, what does it do for your computer? When you start an application or a software on your PC or in your phone, that application is immediately moved from its regular storage to RAM so that you can reach it faster while using it. Because every time you have to pull out an application or a file from the regular storage, there is a time lapse. RAM is a type of storage that is much faster than your storage disk or your storage hard drive, or what I have called the regular storage. It's much faster. It exists to help you carry out tasks faster. Let me give you a picture. You are in your kitchen. You have the kitchen cabinets where your condiments are stored, where your materials are stored, where your foodstuff are stored, where all the accessories you need to use are stored. They are stored away. They are hidden away from sight. They are in those cabinets and all that. Now, you want to cook. In order to make cooking easier, you bring out everything you need. Salt, pepper, this, rice, yam, eggs. You bring them all out on your countertop, or on your kitchen tabletop. You lay them out. You prep and put things there so that they are within easy reach. So that as you're cooking, you take the pepper, you sprinkle it, you take the oil, you pour it in, you take the rice, you wash it and put it in. Now, that is what RAM is like. It is taking things out of regular storage and putting them within easy reach while you're working. So it makes work faster. It makes work more efficient. When you're done, everything goes back into regular storage, kept away from sight, secure, safe. When you're done, you clear your countertop too. You clear that kitchen tabletop, clean it up. Everything is out. It's temporary storage for when you are active in the kitchen. Now, RAM is temporary storage for when you're using apps and services on your phone. And what it does is that it means you can reach out for those things faster. You can get them faster. It makes working on your laptop faster, more efficient, less frustrating. Now, using my analogy of the kitchen countertop, the bigger your countertop is, the more the materials and the items that you can lay out and arrange in there for easy reach. In the same way, the bigger the RAM of your laptop or of your phone, the more apps and services can run together at the same time. In the tech world, we call it multitasking, so that you are able to switch from your browser to the Word document, back to your email, and back to the browser and your work document without each of those apps having to start from scratch from proper storage. Where RAM is inadequate, it means that some of those apps will not be able to run together at the same time. And when you, for example, move away from the browser to, say, a Word document, the browser shuts down in the background because there's not enough temporary storage for it to coexist in while you're using something else. That's why in phones with low RAM, in laptops with low RAM, when you switch away from an app or software to go do something else and then come back, you notice that it takes a while for that app to load up again. Why is it taking so long for it to load up again? It's starting from, it's launching from its proper memory all over again. It was not stored up in RAM. The RAM was too small, too inadequate to keep it running in the background. If I have a small kitchen countertop and I'm not able to put my bananas or plantain, or yam that I want to slice there, I have put everything else, but there's not enough space for the banana or the yam or the plantain. When I need to cut those items, I have to go open the regular storage to bring them out and then make space and cut. And when I'm done, I have to take what is left back in there so that my countertop is not clogged. It takes longer. It's slower. It's less convenient. That's exactly how computers and smartphones work. Anything that cannot stay in RAM just takes longer to access whenever you're ready for it again. And that's it. I hope I have been able to help you see what RAM does. So what RAM does for your computer is that it makes for easy access to the software, apps, services, and files that you need while working. Take note, while you're working. The bigger your RAM, the smoother the work, the easier it is, the faster to access those files, the faster to access the software. If your RAM is too low, you might find that your computer shuts down more often. You find that softwares and apps and services shut down more often. You find that files that you're using shut down more often. As such, you want as much RAM as possible in your device. As a matter of fact, the heavier the tasks you have to do, the more RAM you should have. For example, if you do a lot of graphics intensive work, graphics design, graphics editing, video editing, you need more RAM. If you do anything that requires a large amount of memory, you need more RAM, because one software, one application open can leave no room, sometimes can leave no room for other applications. That means other applications in the background have to shut down. And then when you go there to pick that file or to access that app, you find out that it takes time for it to load again. Also note that as the years go by, the amount of RAM that your computer or your smartphone needs continues to increase. Why? The applications and files that we're using keep growing larger and larger. They are more graphics intensive. So your laptop, your computer, your smartphone keeps needing more RAM over the years. In the world of smartphones, pretty much about every 2 or 3 years, the minimum RAM you need to run applications smoothly increases. Some years ago, if you had 4 GB RAM on your smartphone, it was more than adequate. You were guaranteed of a smooth user experience. But this is 2025, and 4 GB RAM is almost entry level right now. It does not guarantee smooth running of your phone at all. As a matter of fact, I have a 4 GB RAM phone here, and it's a basic experience. If you want to get fairly smooth experience on your smartphone this year, you need a smartphone with at least 6 GB of RAM. If you get 8, that's even better. At the upper end, you're having smartphones with 12 and 16 GB of RAM for the smoothest user experience. For computers, depending on what you do with your computer, I do not recommend anything less than 8 GB of RAM. For basic word processing, printing, typing, please get a laptop with 8 GB of RAM. If you want to go into gaming, if you want to do graphics design on your laptop, you want to do video editing on your laptop, please get a laptop with much more RAM than that. Double the RAM. If possible, triple the RAM. But the summary is that RAM is a temporary type of memory for storing the apps, software, and files that you are using at the moment so that you can switch easily between them without any of them shutting down in the background, which will require you to launch them from scratch each time you need to access them. Secondly, the more RAM you have, the better. Thirdly, the least requirements of RAM keep increasing as the years go by. Why? We're developing better apps. We're upgrading our apps, upgrading software. The softwares are getting heavier. Our files are getting heavier. So you need more RAM as the years go by. It's not a fixed thing. There was a time that 1 GB RAM was entry level in smartphones, but 3 and 4 GB RAM is entry level right now. You really don't want to mess around. If you can afford it, don't mess around with a smartphone that has 3 GB of RAM. Also note that once you shut down your laptop or your phone, the RAM is emptied. Everything in there is emptied. And when that laptop or the phone is powered back on, you have to launch everything from scratch again to work with. So that's it. RAM, random access memory. It's a virtual storage for the things you need to use per time. Don't forget to like this video, follow my channel, turn on your notifications. I'll see you again.